Thanks for inviting me. It's a privilege and a pleasure to be back in Bulgaria and to be back to Sofia, see old friends like former Finance Minister Goranov. Dear Vladislav, it's good to see you here. I came here when Bulgaria had the presidency of the EU, and now in 7 years I can tell you, despite the short time I have been here, you have made a lot of progress. You just need to drive through the city and see new buildings popping up. I know Christine Lagarde, and I want to stay for a minute on geopolitics because it's really key, and then I'll speak about the ESM. You can say that the glass is half full or half empty. You had 1/3 of level of GDP per capita in terms of purchasing power. Now it's 2/3, so you have done half the way. But measuring it like this maybe overlooks what is the specific situation we're in today. When we created the euro back in 1999 and we had the bills coming out in 2002, the world was another one. In those days, we had to explain to people the euro is the strongest integration to the integration of all our countries. This comes on top of everything else. This is the most strategic thing. By the way, we're finding out there is one very strategic thing missing now, which is obviously defense cooperation. But let's leave that aside for the time being. But this is exactly the point. We are at a geopolitical turmoil that is unprecedented, and joining the euro at this time, and Valdis has alluded to it, and he himself comes from one of the Baltic states, and having on the other side of the border a huge country that has become an enemy, to have a common currency is so precious. So I will be very blunt. I do not understand those who are against the euro. Now you must say that I'm biased, but let me put it in another way. What else would you like to do? Do you really, does anybody think here in this room that keeping your own national currency would make you stronger at this juncture? Definitely not. So I hear it's 51%, Temenuzhka. I hope it's going to go up to 75 and 80% quite quickly. And I will take a very concrete example. In the French campaign for elections, when Marine Le Pen in the past was really losing confidence of the people, was when she said 10 years ago that they would like to leave the euro. Because she was asked, what else do you want to do? She had no answer. And I think it's the same here in Bulgaria. So what else do you want to put in place? Do you really think that the national currency alone against the rest of the world will make you stronger? I think your slogan is great. Strength in unity is what it's all about. So, on top of that, the ESM, European Stability Mechanism, was born in the crisis. This is also, I think, important to realize. Our founding fathers, and maybe those who invented, and I was part of it as a young diplomat, the common currency and the Maastricht Treaty and all this, had not thought that we need a lender of last resort for our common currency. So it was invented in the financial crisis back in 2010, 2012. And so what do? Well, if something goes really wrong in a country, you have someone is there to assist you. So we have done it with 5 countries in the last decade. And we are there not only to support countries that are in crisis, but we are also there to support countries to prevent crisis. So preventing crisis and resolving crisis. So that's what we do. And maybe a last point, because I hear this question a lot, the way we function is very important, because this is unique, the way the European Stability Mechanism functions. We have a paid-in capital of 81 billion euro. This is the highest paid-in capital of any international financial institution. And Bulgaria is going to pay into that capital 1.2%. That money is not going to be lent. That money stays in the European Stability Mechanism. And with this 81 billion, we, the ESM, can borrow 500 billion euro on the markets with a AAA rating. So the way the 5 countries that were helped last decade got the support was that they benefited from the very low rate of a AAA institution, and it is a loan, they have to pay it back. And I will conclude by this very encouraging message. If you look at those 5 countries, they got the money with conditionality. They had to do macroeconomic reforms. And because they did macroeconomic reforms, these 5 countries have the highest rate of growth now in the European Union. They were among the weakest ones. They are stronger now because of reform. I think that speaks to the topic that you have to continue reform to stay competitive, because that's the best way to not use the European Stability Mechanism.